With that being said, I'm going to call this regular meeting to order for the city of San Juan at 6:06 p.m. Mr. Arjona, can you lead us in the invocation?
Sure. We can bow our heads. Dear Father, we thank you for the opportunity together this day. May everything with your inspiration. We ask for those less fortunate, for those fighting this virus. We ask for your guidance about this meeting, that all of our thoughts and actions reflect your holy will, and that you will grant us the grace to make the best decision for our city. We pray in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I'm going to ask Mayor Commissioners if we're not on the agenda, if we can please mute the microphone so we don't get that echo. So those that are staff, okay, great, thank you.
Okay. With that being said, Chief, can you lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, sir. Go ahead and stand up and face north. I pledge of allegiance
To the flag, the United States of
of the
America.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May be seated. Go ahead, Mr. Arjona.
Yes, is there any public comment, Ms. Cavazos?
There's no public comment.
Okay. That being said, Mayor Commissioners, the first item on the agenda is always presentations. Tonight we have the presentation on departmental reports. We have the Department of Finance, Department of Utilities, Police Department, and Fire Department, and Municipal Court. I think I want to say everybody's here already available. Should you have any questions with any of these departments?
At this time, is there any questions for the director?
Mayor, if I may.
Go ahead, sir.
My first question for Mr. David Salinas. Mr. Salinas, looking at your report, the first item that you have listed is a Texas drought outlook, and you stipulate there that we're on stage 2 in full effect. What does that actually mean?
That means right now we're still been monitoring for the past year, sir, on the water usage because of the plant being under construction, and that's why we're still in full effect. We have not rescinded it, as when we put it into effect back in 2017 when construction of the new water plant started. And the reason we haven't rescinded it is because we're still working out some of the bugs of the plant over there, so we want to make sure that we have plenty of capacity. So this keeps the watering of the plants and that kind of stuff to the schedule. So we just kind of been monitoring some of the areas where we had some issues with some of the commercial areas that overwater and water runs down the street. So that's why we're kind of been monitoring, but we haven't been citing or issuing any notices of violation to any of the citizens right now.
Okay, thank you, sir. My next question or comment is for Chief Juan Gonzalez.
Yes, sir, Commissioner, go ahead.
Chief, I know that your officers have been very busy during this COVID-19. I know I ran into one of your officers yesterday, as a matter of fact, and they were wearing a new mask, a nice mask, face mask that included the logo of the PD or the badge. That was very nice. How's everything going as far as the patrol out there?
Yes, sir, Commissioner, everything good. Those face masks also have a pocket inside so they can put the regular surgical masks. So for added protection as well. I went ahead and also bought some caps for them. You know, I felt that having the face mask by itself was not going to look as professional, so I added the caps as well. Obviously, we bought that with that's forfeiture funds, but patrol's good. The citizens of Juan have been very supportive of our efforts. I'm glad to say that we were one of the departments that we didn't have to arrest anybody for violation of emergency of the orders or cite anybody for it. So I want to thank the public and the citizens for being patient with us and allowing us to do our job out on the road.
No, that's good. That's good. I also noticed that the Stone Garden grant is at 0. Do we have any grants that are currently using for the COVID?
No, we have no grants. As a matter of fact, that we're using, but today we got notice that we did receive a new grant, 39,108 that we jointly submitted with fire department, and also with approval of the city manager. But we're glad that we got that award as well. So we're going to put into effect. I met with the fire chief this morning, and we're going to equip our personnel, first responders, our police and fire with needed equipment. Even though we already have some equipment already in stock, here at the department with the support of the fire chief, he's been very accessible and being able to get us the equipment, and our city manager also providing us N95 masks, which is a mandatory, or the ones recommended for law enforcement, for first responders. So we've been good at that, Commissioner. So everything's been going well right now.
Well, thank you, Chief Gonzalez. Thank you for your leadership. Keep up the great work. Chief Tirso Garza, also I wanted to thank you for keeping us up to date with everything that's going on. Those updates really come in handy, especially when we get phone calls wanting updates, and thank you for keeping us informed. I also want to commend the EMT. I know that in the past we've had issues with the response time, but I know I was going to mention it last month. They've been doing a great job, so make sure that you let them know that they to keep it up. We're pleased with their work, and hopefully we can continue with their services.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'll get with the staff from Medicare EMS advisor.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome, sir.
That's all I got, Mayor. Thank you.
In reference, Chief, I have a couple. I got a question in regards to the Thursday night cruising. By any chance, have you had any citations on Thursday night? Because I'm still hearing complaints in reference to that matter, that vehicles are out there cruising back and forth, and these people speeding and stuff like that. So, do you have any information in regards to, has there been any citations given during that time, sir?
I need to check on that, Mayor. I'll check on that and I'll follow up with that. I haven't been informed on that. I know that there was some minimal traffic there, but the officers are still going out there. I know that, yesterday also we had some traffic on the north side, some vehicles congregating the area, so we sent some officers as well out there. So we're going to continue working on Thursday nights, cruiser enforcement, and I know that we have been given citations. So the information that I've been getting was minimal traffic, but I'll make sure that we continue on them here.
Yeah, if you could give me the number of citations you give in the past month, sir.
Yes, sir, I will, Mayor. Yes.
Okay, thank you. My next question is for, I guess, is the court here, Mary? Hello, ma'am, how you doing? I can't hear. Are you on mute, Mary?
It keeps going off and on.
Okay, good. No, now I can hear you. Mary, I know I brought to your attention a while back in reference to the warrant officer. I had mentioned to you about how many contacts, if any, has he done in the past several months in enforcing the active warrants that we have in our municipal court. By any chance, do you have a number on that?
The only numbers that I have, Mayor, is the ones that are in the bottom for the month of March, which is 12 amnesty payments and 13 of the walk-ins and 5 of the late notices that we send out.
Okay, but I'm saying in reference to the going actually to houses, knocking on doors, and just informing the citizens of their active warrants, or they have a pending balance or anything like that.
I could get that information for you for the ones that he goes out and does the actual knocking of the doors.
Okay, can you do that for me, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. That's pretty much it, Mary. That was just my question in regards to the municipal court. And also, if you can give me a status on how many cases does each judge hear? Okay? I'm just
Okay.
curious just to see what kind of traffic we're having in there and stuff like that,
On the
okay?
magistrates or on the
Yes,
magistrates?
yes,
Okay.
yes, please.
Okay, yes.
Okay? That's
Yes.
all I have. Is there any questions for any of the directors right at this time? If not, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Go ahead, Mr. Corona.
The next item before continue, Mayor, I'd just like to say for the record, we have Commissioner Guajardo joining us and also Mayor Pro Tem Lenny Sanchez joining us as well. On the next
Great.
item, we have under appointments, we have the consider the removal and or appointment of board members of the San Juan EDC Corporation. As you recall, no, this is on the EDC. We have a resignation from one of our board members, Mr. Bob Garza, as he currently started working with the city. So we have that spot available.
Okay, so what I want, I guess what we can do, in reference to this matter, I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion that we table this item for the simple reason that we can maybe just post it out in our social media that we're taking, applications for,
Okay.
and give everyone, I guess, a fair shot and see who's interested and come back, I guess, on their next city meeting and decide who we can appoint to the EDC. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and make a motion to table that. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
It's unanimous. Okay, under discussion and possible action on the following matters, we have discussion and possible action to authorize mid-year budget amendment for the fiscal year 2019-2020 by providing additional appropriation in the amount of $103,297 to the general fund, $39,585 to the utility fund, $32,922 to the solid waste fund, and $5,595 to the stormwater fund. This is for the 3% increase, where's Mr. Gonzalez? Mr. Gonzalez, the 3% increase that we
Good
have
evening,
in the
Mayor.
budget amendment?
Yes, this is for the 3% increase, the increase that we got on TMRS, and also your contract.
Yes, there was as approved by the city commission back, I want to say at the beginning of the fiscal year. We should just not done the budget amendment, but this is what that is for.
Okay. All right. Any questions in regards to this matter? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Yeah. I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
The next item, discussion possible action to authorize a major budget amendment to the utility fund in the amount of $662,614 and authorize city manager to execute all related documents and budget amendment as needed. Mr. Utilities David Salinas, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. So good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. This is a major budget amendment for all four of the divisions, excluding the administration. So it'll be for collections, distribution, water treatment, and wastewater treatment. The largest of the amendments is $419,850, and it is to the water plant. That one, there's a section in there that includes a $251,750 budget amendment to the other waste. That is for the removal of the sludge that is produced by the water plant. You may recall that back when that plant was originally put out for bid, it was over budget, so it was rebid, and some value engineering was done to it. One of the things that was taken out of the deal out of the water plant was the solids handling capabilities for the expanded plant. So the plant was expanded from 3.5 to 7.5 million, and we still have the same 3.5 million solids handling areas. So we've exceeded the capacity of that area, and we need to clean it. The company who currently has a contract to remove the sludge has given us a proposal. That proposal is $251,750 just to remove the sludge. So that adds a lot to the number. The rest is, of course, the plant is much bigger. There's $40,000 in electricity. We did our best to estimate how much we were going to use. Unfortunately, we've never run 7 million gallons before, so it looks like we're going to be short by the end of the year by 40,000. There's some other additional maintenance issues that we need to address for the rest of the water plant. So there's some building repair maintenance that we need to do to the existing building. We didn't touch that one. There's also some repairs to machinery, equipment, trucks, and that kind of stuff, and motors and stuff. The next big one is an $162,000, 137 to the collection system, and that the biggest area there is for repair and maintenance, and that's for repair the maintenance of the motors and pumps for the lift stations. Right now, out of the 8 critical lift stations that we have, all of them but one have issues with some of the old pumps. Of course, a lot of these lift stations, the pumps have been in place for well over 10, 15, even some for 20 years now. Life expectancy for these pumps is from 7 to 10. So we need to repair those pumps to get them ready for hurricane season, and that's coming up pretty quick. This year they're forecasting 17 named storms. Apologize for that. This thing's going into an update, but that's the big one. And then to add to those, there is a $25,000 increase in the distribution, and again, the biggest one there is going to be for repair and maintenance of water lines, and there's some other items in there for repair vehicles and for the backhoe, some small tools that we need to acquire, and then the smallest one, which is the next one is $55,000 to the wastewater treatment plant, and of course, again, the big one there is the repair maintenance and equipment. Even though we are currently under design for rehab of that plant, we still need to keep it running for the next year to 2 years while the plant continues to get designed and we put it out for bid, acquire contractors. But roughly, those are the bigger numbers in that budget amendment.
Okay. So basically, Mr. Salinas, this is your recommendation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, my next question to you, sir. Now, just for the record, this is not, and I repeat, this is not coming out of the general fund. Is that correct?
That is correct. This is coming out of the retained earnings in the utility fund, sir.
Perfect. That's all I have for you. Any questions for Mr. Salinas? No, if that being said, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
The next item, Mayor Commissioners, we have a discussion and action to authorize city manager to request for qualifications for engineering services on a rotating basis. As you know, we have a couple of engineers that are on a rotating basis. It's been already a couple of years since the last time we went out for, if not longer, since the last time we went out for RFQs. I think it's already time for that. And this is just to request for qualifications. Again, we'll bring them back before the commission, and then you all can make a decision at the time whether you want to keep them or you want to get some new engineers on board on a rotation basis. That'll be totally up to you when we bring them back.
Now, would they come in and do some kind of presentation, PowerPoint?
Yes. Yes, just like what we did before in the past.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Arjona?
None.
If not, motion to approve.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Okay, they're unanimous. Under contractions, we have consideration and action to approve the cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and the City of San Juan for the 34th, 35th, and 36 years funding for the Community Development Block Grant Program. This is the stuff that we get with the Urban County. And it says there on your packet, it says the County of Hidalgo is requesting the approval of the cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and the City of San Juan to re-qualify and receive Urban County designation for a period of additional 3 years. And this is for fiscal year 2021, 22, and 23. So this is what we basically do pretty much every 3 years when we go out for the approving this agreement. Nothing changes on the contract, Mayor, Commissioners. It's pretty much the same as the others. So this is just to seek again additional funding for the next 3 fiscal years under Urban County monies.
Yeah.
Urban County.
Okay. And part of this money is that we're able to construct streets and stuff like that, right? Am I correct?
Primarily, that's what we use it for, Mayor.
All right. Okay. Is there any questions for Mr. Arjona? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Again, it's unanimous. Under consent agenda tonight, we have item A, B, C, D, and E. If you need to make pull any of these items, just we can always pull them out in order for you to discuss further discussion and to make a more adequate decision on any of these items.
Perfect. At this time, is there anything we need to modify or amend under consent agenda? Any questions for Mr. Arjona? With that being said, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
There's second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
It's unanimous as
that-
well.
Unanimous, exactly. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 This meeting is adjourned at 6:28 p.m. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, everyone.
Good evening, guys.
Be safe, guys.
Good evening.